A Little Chaos is the story of a fictional female landscape gardener who's involved in building the gardens at the Palace of Versailles. It's directed by Alan Rickman and stars Kate Winslet and Matthew Schoenaerts. When we first started planning A Little Chaos, we imagined that we would shoot part of the film in France and part of the film in England. But as we started to look around the south of England, we realised that we could actually get everything we wanted creatively in one place in the south of England. And when we looked at the comparison to shooting in France and shooting in England, we saved a lot of money, which meant that we could put all of the value and all the investment on screen. And we found there was a great range of places that looked great on camera but also had space for unit bases nearby, that had great guest houses that people could stay in, nice restaurants, nice country inns that people could be having dinners in the evening. Nearby Clifton there was a great hotel that we stayed in. There were some great bars and restaurants that people really looked forward to going to at the end of the day. England has a very sophisticated filming culture. They're well used to understanding the benefits that having a film production in your area can bring. So for me, it was a real luxury to work in the south of England, where you've got organisations like Creative England and like the National Trust who really understand the benefits of encouraging film production in the area, and they can help you very much with logistics, with access to locations. What's fantastic about shooting in an area like Buckinghamshire is the flexibility and the versatility of the locations you find there. Somewhere like Black Park, for example, gives you a huge range of different looks. So we had roads leading up to Royal Palace that we were driving a horse and cart along. We had a place where we were building this garden that was in the deep mud and rain. We had places that were meant to look like forest where the garden hadn't even been started yet. And then just round the corner there's somewhere that looks like it's 17th century France. And all of that was within Black Park. As we researched the locations for the film, we realised that so many of the great houses that are set within the M25 and around London are modelled on French design. There's a room in Clifton which is completely recreated with wood panelling from a palace in France. So actually when you're there, you create the authentic atmosphere of being in France, but you can do it all in England using the British crew that we wanted to work with. Using local crew, whether that's in different regions in England or internationally, it brings something to the quality of the film, particularly in departments like art department and locations. It's great to have teams from the area who really know what they're talking about, who know where to find things. Many of the locations in A Little Chaos are places that you'd want to go back to as a tourist. And what was fantastic about the film is it felt like we were seeing the pick of the best of the English country houses. Waddesdon Manor, Chenies Manor, Ham House. One of the places that was a real discovery for me was Waddesdon, which was apparently built as the Rothschilds' weekend retreat. It looks like a fantastic palace that somebody would live in, but actually it was really built as somewhere where they could invite guests for the weekend. And it's an incredible range of antiques and luxury furniture. A lot of the artefacts at Waddesdon were actually brought from France, so they were authentic period artefacts. And room after room was a complete revelation of luxury and splendour. And it amazed us that this house was really just built for people not even to live in, but just to do entertaining and impress their guests. Waddesdon was a location that I would probably never have seen otherwise, so it was great to be able to go and see it on a film. It really made you think these are great places to go back to as a tourist.